You walk into a school gymnasium and it feels like a celebration of culture, of community, of music. I had the honor of speaking at the International Women's Day celebration on March 28th in Springfield, Massachusetts this year. The event was held in a school gymnasium. There were some chairs set up for the audience. There were vendors lined up around the edges of the gymnasium. There were local nonprofits and organizations there working to better our community. The event was organized by AfriKque Limited and brought together performers, speakers, and community members for an afternoon centered around culture, creativity, and connection. Throughout the afternoon, there were a variety of musical dance performances. One group was an Irish dance school, the Claddagh School of Irish Dance, sharing a wide range of performances. There were large groups and small groups, dancers of all ages, from tiny little ones, maybe 3 or 4 years old, to older adults with gray hair. I loved how the group supported the dancers at all levels. More experienced dancers were often paired with those still learning, creating a performance where everyone could still feel successful and included. The youngest dancers, those little 3 or 4-year-olds, oh my goodness, they were so absolutely adorable. Their tiny little feet moving in every direction, full of energy and joy, and oh, it was just, oh, so cute, so cute. Another performance came from an Asian dance group from Western Mass. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name and I don't want to butcher it, so it'll be in the comments. There was a beautiful mix of generations. There were grandmothers dancing, teenagers, and a group of very young girls, possibly 3 sisters, all under the age of probably 10. It was incredibly moving to see these young performers carrying on these cultural traditions of their families and ancestors, keeping those art forms alive for future generations. I love that in the United States of America, we have the opportunities to experience and share so many cultures so close to home. One moment that stayed with me was a young girl, maybe 10 to 12 years old. She sat in a folding chair in the middle of the gym floor, which had been transformed into the performance space. A guitar rested on her lap, a microphone in front of her, and a few mentors nearby, close enough to support her, but giving her the space to perform on her own. She began singing Roar by Katy Perry. She started strong, then she paused. She adjusted her capo, and then she began again. She did this a few times until she found the right key she wanted to be in, and I was incredibly impressed. Each time she adjusted, she immediately started singing again in that new key, and she was right on key the whole time. That's incredibly impressive. That's hard for grown-ups to do sometimes. Very impressed by that. Her ability to shift keys like that in the middle of a live performance was impressive. What stood out most about her performance was this. She didn't let the adjustments or her nerves affect her performance. When she sang, her voice was clear, strong, and powerful. And when she got to that final roar part, you could hear it. She has such a beautiful voice. And she's lucky she has the support of teachers who are guiding her very well. There was also a Latina dance group, Starlet, whose instructors taught a Latin line dance to Jerusalem. At first I stayed off to the side. I wasn't sure about the level of difficulty and I wasn't convinced my legs were ready for line dancing. But as I watched, I realized it wasn't overly strenuous. It actually looked really fun. What caught my attention was the rhythm. It felt different. Instead of a straightforward count, the emphasis shifted. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And having that more emphasis on the and 1 gave it a very unique feel, different from the traditional country line dancing I'm used to. The energy grew and more people were becoming a part of it. I was so grateful to be part of this event, not only as a speaker, but as someone experiencing everything that was shared throughout the afternoon. The performances, the community, the culture, it filled me with a deep sense of appreciation and joy. I want to extend my thanks to Karina Dice, Sierra Speller, and everyone involved in bringing this event together. What happened inside this space mattered. This was not just an event. It was a celebration of culture, a celebration of creativity, a celebration of the strength and contributions of women of all ages. Events like this remind us of something important. Music and the performing arts are not extras. They're essential. They give people a voice. They create connection. They preserve culture. They invite participation. And sometimes they bring a room full of people together in a way nothing else can. Music doesn't just fill a space. It fills people. And when it's shared, it makes the world feel a little more connected, a little more beautiful, and a little more alive. So I'll leave you with something to think about. When have you experienced a moment where music brought people together in a meaningful way? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to follow and subscribe for more meaningful musical stories. Every culture carries a rhythm. Sometimes we just need to listen.